So Brandon, just tell us about the whole process here that we've been through the past 6 months, getting this track repaved, resurfaced, and to this point of having race cars on it.
No, yeah, like we talked about, as soon as the checkered flag fell in July, we started fast and furious, taking down safer barrier and making sure that we were prepared as we could be to start the repave and reconfiguration. And, it's gone pretty smooth. All in all, if you think about how long it takes to build a bridge or pave a highway or get some construction projects done, in reality, it's moved along pretty quickly. We're excited to have cars back on track this week. It's fun to hear the engines out there and exciting to know that the Folds of Honor Quick Trip 500 is coming up in just 73 days.
Open it up for questions for Brandon. Down to Doug.
Good to see you, Doug.
What sort of feedback you got from drivers? We heard Kurt Busch say something about the front stretch wall and the curvature of it and safety possibly, and then Chris Buescher just mentioned the ability to fan out super wide on the front stretch, and the inside apron I think was a little bit rough. Have you heard anything besides those two pieces of feedback? Good or bad?
No, I've heard a lot from a few of the drivers that were out here in the trucks and the Xfinity cars on Tuesday. Just got through talking to Chris and Kurt before I came out here, and the feedback that I've received has been very positive. I think it's no secret that the drivers really loved the old, worn-out Atlanta, but as you just heard Chris say, it was time. It was just over 20 years old, 24 years old, I guess, and at some point you're going to have to repave. So they think it's going to be fast. They feel like it's going to be exciting. With just 3 cars here, it's hard to really know what's going to happen when they get back in March for the race. But, in watching them, they've been able to fan out a little bit when they allow them to run tandem. They're sucking up close to each other. So I think we're going to see a lot of good, close, side-by-side racing. We've heard a little bit about the width of the track. It's still 42 feet wide. It's wider than most tracks on the circuit. So you're still going to have a multi-groove racetrack that's going to be fun and entertaining for the fans.
We'll go to Dave in the back.
Great question. I guess time will tell, right? When you talk about history, you have to look back in time and see what has taken place. This is a brand new configuration for Atlanta Motor Speedway. As you know, we ran our first race July 31st, 1960. We reconfigured the track between the March and November races in 1997. So this is the third iteration of Atlanta Motor Speedway. It's the first of its kind. As you've seen Speedway Motorsports do over the past few years, we like to do things first. We like to be innovators. So to have 28-degree banking on a 1.5 mile track has never been done before. It's something that people haven't seen, and we know it's going to be exciting for our fans. And I think once history is written, you're going to see that this reprofile, this repave, created a very exciting, different style of 1.5 mile racetrack that we'll be running on for a long time to come.
We'll come down to Alfred, then we'll go to the back, and then over to Sam.
Doing well, thank you.
My question is, watching one of the videos, you were talking about the technology of the track as far as how it will retain water and make it easier to dry the track off and not have long delays if there is a rain delay. Can you tell us a little bit about that great technology of the track, how the water drainage will work there?
Yeah, great question, and good to see you. Thank you for being here. Just as with all things, technology gives us the opportunity to advance. Technology gives us the opportunity to get better. And you've seen that in this racetrack. And with the open drainage layer, the ODL, as you've seen in the videos, it's going to give us the opportunity for the track to dry quicker. You hear the word weepers a lot in racing circles, and I think that ODL is the layer below the final layer of asphalt. So the one thing you won't see at Atlanta Motor Speedway is water coming up and weeping. So you see the track get dry, and then all of a sudden you got to send the jet truck back out there because there's a weeper in turn 1 or a weeper in turn 4. You're not going to see that at Atlanta Motor Speedway. You will still have a delay with weather. It's not this magic surface that's not going to get wet, but it will wick water away quicker. It will give us the ability to get the track dry quicker, which ultimately, again, is going to make for less downtime and more chances for a full day of racing for our fans.
Well, you guys
process. Did you believe it would be done this quickly, personally?
We hope so. We got a race in 73 days. You know, the Folds of Honor Quick Trip 500 will be ran March 18th through the 20th. We knew that timeline when we got started, and we're very, very optimistic that we would be able to get it done. Obviously, in Atlanta, as you've just seen over this past week, we've had all 4 seasons in 7 days. So you just never know. You don't want to try to put together asphalt and pave when it's way too cold. So Mother Nature's been very favorable to us. We have had some battles. Just as with any other large project like this, there's going to be bumps in the road, but wrong choice of words, I guess. You don't want bumps in the road on a racetrack. But no, it came together great. I can tell you that were it not for the hard work of the crews that put in months and months and months of work to get it done, we wouldn't be sitting here today listening to race cars go around. But track's ready, cars on track, we're ready to go racing.
We'll go to Sam in the back.
New surface, congrats on that. But there's a new car. That's a lot of new. How fortunate do you feel you are to have a second Cup race? What do you value one between the first one and the second?
You know, Sam, you're right. You know, there's a lot new in the sport. You know, the NASCAR just made some announcements here in the last hour. They're promoting some people from within. They got a new Cup Series director. We've got a new race car. Atlanta Motor Speedway's got a new race track. It's exciting for us. You know, it's almost like Christmas morning. I've been here for quite a while, so I've seen all 3 configurations, and I will tell you that beyond the shadow of a doubt, this is the one that I'm most excited for. To see the 28 degrees on a 1.5 mile track is certainly exciting. The next gen car, the 7th generation of the Cup car, is exciting. There's a lot of changes that just got through talking to Chris Buescher, and they've come so far since they first started tweaking on the next gen car. He likes it. He thinks it feels good. It's going to give that more of a stock feeling than you've seen over the past few years, so we're excited about that. And then as you talk about the second race at Atlanta Motor Speedway, of course, you know, we've been running 500-mile races here since 1960. We ran 106 500-mile races. The Folds of Honor Quick Trip 500 will be the 107th. To be able to do it twice a year is exciting for us. It's exciting for our team. It's what we do. To be able to bring 2 NASCAR races to the state of Georgia, give the fans in Georgia the chance for entertainment like that twice a year is exciting for us.
We'll go back to Dave, and then we'll go over here.
Follow up with fans, how does it change their experience? What do they expect with this new car and this new track?
You know, the fans that choose to come to Atlanta Motor Speedway, and we hope a lot of them will get to see something they've never seen before. They'll get to see the next gen car that hasn't been seen before. They'll get to see 28 degrees on a 1.5 mile track, which has never been done before. That's going to be exciting. You know, we've got the best drivers in the world out here going around this racetrack, and to have that opportunity, the fans are going to not be disappointed, sure enough. And like we talked about, with the new technology, the track's going to dry quicker. We're going to have less downtime. As you know, going into 2020, we had 20 in 20, which was 20 things we changed at the track to enhance the fan experience. This is just the 21st of that. You know, it's been a large undertaking. It's exciting for us, and I think the fans are going to enjoy it.
We're going to go over here.
The new changes getting the second page back here, new surface and everything. Have there been any discussions about maybe making the 4-mile race a night race at any time, or any fantasy thoughts about that?
You know, we will take what they can give us. The second race is something we're definitely excited about. It's a double-edged sword, you know. You never know in the summer. If you run later in the day, as you know, if you're from Atlanta, it's going to rain at some point. There's going to be thunderstorms at some point, so that lends itself to downtime, which we're not a fan of. So we had great weather this past July. It was a nice day, and we hope for that come this July. But you know, if they told us we were going to run at night, then we would turn the lights on and we would run at night. If they gave us the opportunity, which they have, to run during the day, then we're going to be thankful for that, and we're going to run during the day. But again, the key for us is having NASCAR come to Atlanta Motor Speedway twice a year, and you know, our fans are certainly excited, and we hope a lot of them will come out and join us. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. You know, I think it goes back to what we were talking about earlier with our company, Speedway Motorsports. Bruton Smith, our chairman, has been a visionary for a long, long time. His son, Marcus Smith, who is our president and CEO right now, is cut from the same cloth. We want to be innovators. We want to be on the cutting edge of providing entertainment for our fans. You saw Dirt go down on Bristol Motor Speedway last year. You've seen the Roval at Charlotte for the last few years. You saw us take NASCAR to Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas last year. And this is just another first in our sport. It's a first for Speedway Motorsports, and it's just kind of what we do. We're a world-class racing facility, but more than anything else, we're entertainers, and that's what we want to do. And this 28-degree banking will certainly provide that level of entertainment that we expect.
Anybody else with any more questions for Brandon?
Brandon Hutchison, Executive Vice President and General Manager, Atlanta Motor Speedway.